Welcome back. I'm playing Warhammer 40,000 Battlesector, and we're working on the Flashy Krumpen Challenge Tournament. This time I'm going to be playing as the Tau, and it looks like we're going to be playing against the Necrons. This, I think, is going to be a very hard matchup, but we'll see how it goes. We're doing an 80-point target, 8-turn limit, 2,000 force army sizes here. And if you're enjoying these videos, please give my channel a like and subscribe to encourage me to post more content for you. But let's get our forces set up and see what we can do. I'm going to have kind of our standard setup here. So I've got 2 commanders, only 1 cadre, because I couldn't afford more than that. 1 ethereal. I have 2 stealth suits, and they have the shield drones and the fusion blasters. I did go with a riptide, and then I have 2 breacher squads and then 4 pathfinders with ion rifles. So we're going to try to push on the left, push on the right, and then hopefully fight over the center. But I think this, like I said, I think this was a hard matchup, and the Necrons were probably the faction that could counter the Tau even before the nerf, so I think this is going to be an even more brutal matchup now that I can't spam the ethereal buffs anymore. But we'll see how it goes.
I am here.
Yeah, I think we're going to move up with the Riptide here. I mean, I naturally want to keep him in that corner there because it's going to allow him to shoot and then hide, but at the same time I don't know how aggressively he's going to be pushing on this right side here. So until I know that, I don't know if I necessarily want to hide the Riptide in that corner yet.
Ready for orders.
Alright, so it's 5 to 5.
Ready for orders.
Let's just start moving guys up here. Interestingly, he hasn't quite gotten to me yet. I could jump here, and then that might allow me to stealth then. Just to keep eyes and get an idea of what he has over there.
Nothing shall stand against us. Moving to position.
If I bring you up here, I think if I move you guys both to here, that should allow me to get some shots onto this point here. If he tries to come capture it, which I'm sure he will. Now you can come up here, and ironically I still don't see anybody over here. So maybe what I'll do is pull you back. I'll stealth suit you. Keep you here and see if maybe he'll jump into you or not. I could hide you.
I am here.
I don't necessarily want to run you over here, because then you're definitely going to be dead. If I bring the breachers over here, I could maybe run them into the center, but the Necrons are typically pretty good at shooting into the center like that, so I think everybody's gonna die.
Wherever you need me.
Maybe I'll just keep you back here, do some overwatch, because I assume he's gonna want to jump into you.
They dare not approach.
What do you need? We serve the greater good.
Perhaps I should have just pushed the center with the breachers.
How can I assist?
What troubles you? Wherever I am needed.
Pushing forward.
I guess we can just put one of you guys over here to try to give me vision.
Execute the mod car.
Put you over watch here.
I found your team on the move.
Yeah, you're not even in range. So I guess we'll put you here. Do something like that.
With pride.
On your word.
I serve the greater good.
I could pull you back to here. It'll keep you safe and allow you to still give accuracy buffs to all my guys over here.
They will not get through this way.
I could also buff these guys.
The blows of the enemy will
Alright,
not
so that
hinder
gave you bonus HP in case he's got a bunch of Locust Heavy Destroyers or anything over here to shoot into the Riptide.
They will not get through this way. Awaiting instructions.
Alright, this should work. Alright, Triarch Praetorians are trying to capture that. Alright, he's got Tomb Blades, he's got Immortals with the Gauss Blasters. Warriors.
Nothing shall stand against us.
Alright, they're back up to full health, so they must have resurrected.
Thrusters engaged.
So if I jump you up here, I could capture it back.
Awaiting instructions.
I don't know if that really makes a lot of sense,
I found your team
though.
on the move.
You're what, 55% chance to hit?
High value target identified.
Now you're up to 75%. That seems pretty worthwhile. Can pull you back here. Move you to there. Alright, so they're down. The question is, I kind of like to keep forcing his hand to come fight me.
We serve the greater good. Ready for orders.
Stealth team, reporting in.
I could use the stealth suit just to run up there. Oh, shit. Yeah, that was a mistake. Alright. Well, let's take that. If I came up here, I could flame the Tomb Blades. And I could just get myself completely, utterly destroyed. So I guess I'll come after the Immortals here. Because I think you can squad wipe these guys, can't you?
Kill them all.
With 2 attacks? Apparently not. And now I've left you very vulnerable, so that was a really stupid thing I just did there. I should have just pulled you back after I did that, and then I could have had the best of both worlds. I could have forced him to come up and try to take that, although he probably would have just used the Tomb Blades and then he would have ran him back into cover again.
This will bring us closer to victory.
That was a bad... That was a bad decision there. If I run you up to here, you can attack the Tomb Blades, you might be able to kill 2 of them. Or I could try to kill a couple models there.
Thin them out.
Or you could
Confirmed.
kill 1 model. And now I have all these guys over here to shoot into those guys, so that's not great. I guess we could just keep pushing the situation here with the Breachers. If nothing else, it might force a lot of their forces to break this direction.
It will be done.
And that might give me the opportunity to push the center, although I think those warriors there are going to just take it. Actually, it looks like he's going to neglect this side here completely.
I am here.
We've got Immortals over there.
What do you need?
Maybe what I'll do is I'll pull the breachers back because I think he's going to try to use the triarchs to jump into me.
Wherever you meet me.
Yeah, so you can hit. But no one else can.
We will not fail.
What troubles you?
I found your team on the move.
Well, maybe what I'll do is I'll just start spamming abilities.
It shall be.
I kind of hate to waste my 100% chance to hit on immortals. But at the same time, if I can start dropping them, that will help our guys. It's going to require me leaving you out in the open, though.
Ready for orders.
Well, let's just start buffing things, I guess.
I'm ready.
Alright, shoot into here. Man, I was really thinking you were going to do a lot more damage than that.
Fire now.
I thought I was going to get a squad wipe and then be able to use that pulse rifle to get the final kill.
Immediately.
To the front line. With pride.
Well, I wonder if my Pathfinders can get the final kill. They can, but I don't know if it's worth it. I think setting up perhaps Overwatch onto the Warriors would have been a better idea.
I serve the greater good. Moving to position. Nothing shall stand against us.
Ready for orders. How can I assist?
Yeah. Oh boy, oh boy. I think had I killed the Warriors, he'd probably just jump in with the Triarchs and capture that point, but at least that would allow me to take out the rest of his jump infantry. But the problem is I gotta kind of keep guys nearby, assuming he's got his Overlord. He's gonna just spawn Scarab Swarms on me every turn.
I will not break.
Your fire has gone out.
Yep, so here come the Warriors. Yeah, those Immortals are really good at killing stealth suits, as are the heavy Locust Destroyers.
Stop me.
I wasn't expecting the Triarchs to come over here. I guess his thought is he's routing me so bad on the left side.
Targets outside the visual range.
Okay, so he's got his Overlord over here somewhere. Ah, that actually did a surprising amount of damage there. Ah, here come the Scarabs. And I wasn't expecting them to drop them on my Pathfinders. That's actually a big problem for me. Because now he's effectively locked those guys down. Yeah, that is a problem for sure.
All systems operational.
Tracking potential targets.
I serve the greater good.
Oh boy. Well,
On our way.
I mean, if I could find out where his
On our way.
overlord is,
Orders received.
then I could snipe him and stop the scarab swarm, potentially. But it's going to take multiple attacks. Yeah, see, he's over there. He knows I'm hunting him.
Wherever you meet me.
Yeah, that'll allow you to run back here.
Fire now.
Alright, you can shoot here. Okay. So, Immortal is down. He's got those Locust Heavy Destroyers.
What troubles you?
Ready for orders.
I could bring the Breachers over here.
I found your team on the move.
Let's do something like this. Ah, naturally you almost got the kill, but you didn't. And now you'll kill all these guys, but then you'll be able to resurrect. Yep, somebody's coming up.
Ready for orders.
Let's see, can you come over here and get enough of a kill? Yes, okay, so they're down. Problem is I have nobody over here to be able to capture it again. I can have you potentially come up here and shoot into these guys.
Pushing forward.
Ah, two are back up. I think it probably would have made more sense for me to have brought them down to start fighting the scarabs. Now he spread these guys out, so at one range I should be able to shoot pretty decently into these guys. Not enough to get the kill though. Problem is here, I'm going to have to pull back, but that's going to allow both to attack you. Yeah, killed two of them.
Awaiting instructions.
I guess we just pull you through and let them attack you again, huh?
I found your team on the move.
Because I need to get you out of the opening, but that's still kind of open, unfortunately. Alright, and I guess we just pull you back here and keep doing our hit and run situation here, but now
I will not fail.
that's not going to last for very long because I am going to have to push.
Thrusters engaged.
If I run you up there, I think everybody's going to be able to just focus fire you down. So let's just keep the breachers here, I guess.
We will not fail.
Awaiting instructions.
What do you need?
If I put you over here, will that be considered full cover, I wonder?
Ready for orders.
I think what we'll do is pull you back a little bit, keep you safe. We'll pull you into here, because what I don't want is for him to run that heavy Locust Destroyer down here and just nuke my guys, which is certainly possible.
Moving to position.
I guess we'll pull you back to here to try to keep you safe, because I assume he's going to be able to summon more scarabs on me.
Nothing shall stand against us.
instructions.
What are your orders?
Alright, he took that back. And yep, they're shooting into those guys.
Taking hits.
Yikes. Alright, so I've totally lost the left side here.
Movement ahead.
Tracking potential targets.
Hostiles detected.
He's slowly knocking me off.
Clear fire has gone out.
Dimensional gate no longer takes action points. What that does is it allows you to warp, I think, 3 tiles in any direction, and that's a good way to get them out of combat if they get locked down. But you can also use it to capture points and things like that too. And then the Overlord every 2 or 3 turns has a summoning ability there where you can summon additional warriors. So that's what he was just doing there. Now he's got the staff of the ranged weapon staff there, so it's 40 to 40 for our points. We are up to 1. If I get to 2, then I can summon a crisis suit.
The blows of the enemy
So let's get the
will
bonus
not
health. Now I could just run him up
How can I assist? To the front line.
and capture that point. That would force it back into my favor again, but I think that's a bad idea.
Wherever you need me. Systems operational.
Alright, so we got the warriors there. Warriors here. Yeah, he's definitely pushing me back. I mean, the other guys can fight the warriors off, I suppose.
Wherever you need me.
We'll move you up to here.
Firing now.
You can attack here. Ugh. Yeah, Necrons are such a pain in the ass against the Tau. Alright, so I guess we just run over here and start shooting down
high value target identified.
the warriors.
Cut them down.
Okay. 2 have resurrected.
Awaiting instructions.
That means no more can resurrect. And therefore it's a squad wipe. Now I think you, even though you don't get points on like the elimination objective,
Confirmed.
I think you still get
I'm ready.
Ready. for
you still
orders.
get command point generation when you kill units that are summoned, whereas on the Exterminatus objective you won't get the points that you would get trying to get the squad wipe, because it only goes off of the original ones that you summon. Because how an Exterminatus goes is you would try to, each point, depending on what percentage of your requisition is the amount of points you get when you kill them, or you squad wipe it. But when you're summoning in units, because the game doesn't calculate those as being cost, you can kill them and not get any sort of points for it. But on a map like this, if they still die, then you still generate
Nothing shall stand against us.
momentum and or generate momentum when they're attacking. And also you generate the points for the I don't know what to call it, the points for charging up your command point abilities when units die. So I assume even though they're summoning, you're still able to do that. So it gets to be on this perpetual cycle when you're fighting Necrons, because you're sitting there having to kill 2 Necron swarms every turn, because he can just keep summoning that tier 1 ability every turn, and then every 2 turns he's summoning warriors, so you're having to kill those guys as well. So it just leads into this perpetual summoning cycle, which becomes a nightmare. So what I'm hoping is maybe I can just run these stealth suits around the back, and maybe I can stealth capture something if he starts pushing everybody to the center. But I think just the sheer amount of units that he still has is going to be enough for him to just win this without any issues. Because I mean, we're currently tied, and there's no ability for me to take the last of these guys yet. Oh my gosh. I really thought you were going to kill 3 of those guys. Alright.
I found your team on the move.
And we'll just run you over here.
It will be done.
Alright, what's he gonna do? Jump infantry, coming to take those guys out. Yeah, they have enough range that they can just kill my Pathfinders.
They may yet be convinced
Yeah,
of
that
the
left
true
side
value.
was just a total disaster.
More targets will soon be in range.
Yeah, I can't believe I overextended that commander like that.
Tracking potential targets.
Yeah, here come the Scarab Swarms. And then they're facing the wrong direction, so he's going to get rear attacks, which increases the amount of damage they do. And now we can capture that. Yep, now the Locust Heavy Destroyers are shooting into these guys, doing big damage in addition to the death marks. Yeah, he's smart. He knows I've got forces running around there, so he's body blocking his points. And then again, he's using that dimensional gate to be able to warp them out of danger. And he warped them in to be able to attack this guy, because he really wants to blow up this Riptide. Because that's really the only thing I have left that's able to do damage to all of his forces.
I serve the greater good.
And now with him, what he's done is effectively forced me to move my commander over here
Moving to position.
to be able to kill these Scarab
Slide away
Swarms.
at the Tauva. Kill them all.
Awaiting instructions. I found your team on the move.
Move you over here.
How can I assist?
We serve the greater good.
You're back here.
On our way.
Yeah, I just cannot see where his forces are.
What troubles you?
But I can summon a crisis suit team here. So let's do that. And I can capture this back. Now, if you could kill these death marks, then I might be able to take that spot back. Unfortunately, one of those missiles missed.
Awaiting instructions.
Alright,
Cut them down.
let's attack here. 2 got back up.
I value talking
I guess
to
we
you.
better use the marker light.
I'm ready.
Who do I want to kill, I guess, is the question. The death marks are going to be a pain in the ass because of how they can move around, so I guess we'll take them out. Ah, one's going to get up. Okay. Put you back into cover.
Immediately.
To the front line. Study your enemy's movements.
Alright, do that.
Only do.
They're down. You can now run up to here and take this.
Confirmed.
What are your orders?
Unfortunately, I think if I leave you there, those warriors are going to be able to flank you. So maybe if I put you over here,
Wherever you need me.
this should keep you safe.
To the front line.
Bring you over here to kill these scarabs. Alright, they're
Our orders
down.
failed.
You're almost ready to surge.
Wherever I am needed.
Can bring you over here
Move
and
swiftly
boost these
and
guys'
silently through the
evasion
battlefield.
and get you out of there.
Moving to position.
Let's put you back
Consider
here.
it done.
We serve the greater good.
Push you there.
Nothing shall stand against us.
Alright, so death marks are moving down. Immortals moving up. Yeah, they're all shooting into the crisis suits here because they want to capture that point back. Understandable. Okay, I guess that's not full cover.
Taking up movement.
Targets outside of visual range.
Oh, more death marks moving up. Alright, come on. Tank this, Pathfinders. Oh shit, the Overlord's here. Well, he's not tanking that. Alright, well that means I lost that point, so I'm gonna lose this match now. I was pretty sure that's what was probably gonna happen, but yeah, I don't think these guys are gonna be able to tank all this. Yeah. Here comes the other one.
Holding.
Yikes. And the warriors are going to run up here and take that point. Yep. That actually might be the final. Yep, that is the end.
Nothing shall stand against us.
Alright, so and with that, we ended up losing this match. The Necrons are definitely a very good faction against the Tau here. I made some very foolish mistakes on that left side by pushing up there and overextending myself. I should have paced myself and then made him come to me and then kept shooting him. Now the issue is with the Tomb Blades, because it's a hover, is he would have been able to keep moving up and then putting it back and then be able to pick me off. But by pushing that left side there, it just totally allowed me to get destroyed. Now he did very good job with his force selection here. You know, the death marks have good armor piercing, and then they have accuracy buffs and crit buffs when you use their marked for death ability or whatever it is. That's what was happening when you saw those green circles above my unit's head as he was using that. And then in the past, when you'd use Dimensional Gate, that used to take an action point to use, and that's no longer the case. So now you can warp your death marks out of danger if they're locked into melee, or you can warp them in to get better shots with your death marks here. And then it has a pretty big cool off, and I think you can only use it once or twice. I kind of feel like for the death marks, like maybe limiting it a little bit would work out well, but it definitely makes a complete disaster when you're trying to lock down those death marks, and it definitely makes them highly effective on their strategic command objectives, because you can really just get them out of combat very easily. You know, he's got the Triarchs, which as you saw can move around, use their jump pack ability to get into combat and lock your guys down, and then they can tank some hits because they have pretty decent armor, and then you have the chance of resurrecting models when they die. The Locust Heavy Destroyers are obviously always good because you can kill most of the units that they're shooting at. You know, they're not good at taking out real low tier infantry because you're only going to kill 1 or 2 models per squad, but in terms of killing the commander, heavily armored units, all that stuff, definitely can be a real disaster. Now, I was quite disappointed with the Riptide. I was expecting that the Riptide was going to do tons of damage against the Immortals and other kind of weak infantry, and then that pulse rifle is going to allow me to just snipe anybody that resurrected because of how much damage it does to the orcs with the splash damage. But that doesn't seem to be the case with the Necrons. That armor that they have seems to be enough to really nullify a lot of that damage. So I don't think the Riptide really paid off for itself with how we are using it. Now, it does allow it to tank a lot of shots, especially with giving it buffs like the 20% HP and the evasion and everything, but I was just never able to rack up enough momentum to be able to surge and to allow it to really use a lot of its abilities. I think in retrospect I should have sent that Breacher squad up on the center to be able to capture that point to try to force more plays there. I think I was a little too passive with that. Perhaps even pulling back and then using your Tau to shoot through the center could maybe make sense, but I don't think you can totally abandon the one side, even with the accuracy penalties that you'll suffer with the elevated terrain there, because it's just too much to give up. Maybe doing more of a breacher build would have worked out with the more points. Overall, I don't think that totally makes a lot of sense. Maybe crisis suits with the flamers, because I could have jumped in there and started flaming a bunch of units down and then using the missile pods to shoot from range. But what I tend to find with the Necrons is with all their armor, they tend to be able to tank the missile pods pretty well, because it takes 2 or 3 to do a squad wipe, and then you have the resurrection situation afterwards. But perhaps just leaving it with 1 to 2 models would have made sense, because then they're running around able to capture points, but they're not doing a ton of damage, and maybe it would limit the amount of command points that you're able to generate, because I think it's the squad wipes that really allow it to do more than the single models, but I don't actually know definitively that that's true. The Ethereal, you know, let us move around and do some things, but overall I was kind of disappointed with him. He does a lot of damage, so I think I just need to get into this mindset of use him to buff, but then also use him to fight, and then run away and do some hit and run things if you're able to, since he's the hover unit now, since he had such a big buff to his damage output. Just totally reworked how he works here. And then obviously the Scarab Swarm is just such a disaster on when you're playing as the Tau, especially if you can keep the guys in a situation where they don't have the Flamer commander next to you, because otherwise it's real hard for the Tau with their high damage output to really take out a lot of those Scarab Swarms. It takes up you know, multiple units attacks, usually to do a squad wipe, or to just keep locking my commander down, having to use his 2 action points to just flame the Scarab Swarm every turn. It really limited the amount of utility I was able to get out of there. I was hoping ideally to be able to snipe the Necron Lord down, but I never really had him in a position where I could do that, so effectively I had my stealth suits just pissing around the whole match, not doing anything for me. So that was definitely a disappointment there. I was hoping to maybe get in there and ninja cap a point that towards the end if he continued to push forward towards me, but I was just never able to make that feasibly work. So definitely ended up losing this match. I think it's a tough match. I wanted to try to give some ideas and play some of these factions on the tournaments, but after I go through on these tournaments in the future and kind of go through every faction, kind of give you some ideas of different build types, it'll definitely be good to get back into doing tournaments where I'm actually focusing on wanting to actually win. So then I will choose the matches that are probably most prudent, because ideally if I wasn't restricting myself, I would never have set up a match like this where I'm doing Necrons versus the Tau, because it's always such an uphill battle, and even more so now with these changes here. But again, I wanted people are asking me, please do some tournaments to show us some different factions and things like that, so I'm definitely trying to go through and do that with every faction to give you an idea of some feasible tournament builds here. And this was good to really give me a lot of learning experience with the Tau post update, and then really figure out the orcs. I think especially when it comes to fighting the Tau, I think I have that down pretty hard now. So that, I think, were kind of the main benefits of this tournament thus far. I think there's still another round yet, if I'm not mistaken, for this Flashy Crumpen tournament. So my showing has been quite terrible. I think I've lost 50% of the matches that I've done on it, so that's definitely a kick in the nuts. But I just didn't have enough time after that big patch update to get a lot of matches under my belt with these factions with their updates since that patch was released. So it definitely kind of put me having to just made my footing not very good with how to use a lot of these units. So it's been a bitter pill to experience that on the tournament here, but I definitely had a lot of opportunity to see how this works, and now I have a lot of good ideas on how to play against these factions post patch updates, because it definitely reworked a lot of the factions here. So thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give my channel a like and subscribe to encourage me to post more content for you. Have a great day.